The Encyclosphere. Our vision is this. We will convert the content of all the encyclopedias in the world into a standard format. We will make all that data publicly available, either free articles or the metadata about proprietary articles. We will also give you the tools you need to build your own article collections and search engines. Just imagine what programmers could build with access to all that data, kept constantly up to date, as well as some ready-made platform for displaying it. How can we make this vision a reality? My name is Larry Sanger, co-founder, sometimes I call myself ex-founder, of Wikipedia. My academic background and first career was in philosophy, but I've spent most of the last 20 years of my career working on nonprofit reference and educational websites. I started a web project called The Encyclosphere. It's not a new encyclopedia, it's an open network of all the encyclopedias. There's a big difference. To support this vision, I got some friends together to start the Knowledge Standards Foundation. We've been discussing social media, but encyclopedias don't employ user accounts and data in the same way. So can we say that encyclopedias are centralized in the same way that Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok are? They are, in fact, in two ways. Google and other search engines push results from Wikipedia at users. Everyone regularly experiences this. Make a general search, get back Wikipedia results at the top of the list. But most encyclopedias are small in terms of traffic. Let's focus on the one that is totally dominant, Wikipedia. Wikipedia is the 800-pound gorilla of encyclopedias. It has been in the top 10 or 20 of websites worldwide for over a decade. Britannica, the second-place contender, has much less influence relative to the general public. Wikipedia dominates, and while it used to be the encyclopedia anybody can edit, it is now carefully managed by a band of largely anonymous partisans. What makes Wikipedia centralized is the fact that it is not an open network. It is a single website with a systemic ideological bias reflected in its articles. Wikipedia is no open network, as it was in its early days. It has become a closed and carefully controlled platform. What if, instead, we made an open network out of all the encyclopedias? That is what we, the KSF, are currently developing, the Encyclosphere. For a rough idea of how it works, let's begin by looking at EncycloSearch, a KSF software project. Version 1 of EncycloSearch is simply an encyclopedia meta-search engine. When you do a search, it visits the search forms of a couple dozen encyclopedias and assembles the results. Of course, this isn't a network and not even a regular search engine, which requires collecting all of the text of all of the encyclopedias into a single database and then searching that. This is closer to what ENCYCLOREADER, one of our newer projects, does. It searches its own local database, which contains its own copies of articles. When using this search method, it doesn't have to query encyclopedia search engines to return results, so it's fast. When you click on a result, you see the article, but we're still on ENCYCLOREADER. In this case, the content comes from Citizendium. Citizendium, Wikipedia, and many other free online encyclopedias use an open content license, which lets anyone republish their content. ENCYCLOREADER takes advantage of the offer and republishes the content. So, depending on your desire and ability, you could have copies of all the free encyclopedias in the world in one place. That's sort of what we're doing, but there's more to it than that. The KSF is neither building an encyclopedia, nor a platform, nor even a single search engine or encyclopedia reader. Rather, we are building an encyclopedia network. That means writing the software necessary to read and widely share all the free encyclopedic content that can be found online. In the end, we as an organization will not host encyclopedia search engines or readers of our own. We do not want to compete with encyclopedias and encyclopedists. We want to serve them, and more importantly, their readers. We are building the software that anyone can use to make their own encyclopedia search engines and collections, drawing from all the encyclopedic content online, not just Wikipedia. Ideally, it will always be real-time current. Way cool, but a challenge to pull off. To understand the concept, let's take a look at how ENCYCLOREADER works presently. This is in the process of changing. Type in a search query, Robert Burns. ENCYCLOREADER first searches its own locally stored files, and then separately searches external articles, using a method like EncycloSearches. Whenever someone opens a new encyclopedia article on ENCYCLOREADER, then, behind the scenes, ENCYCLOREADER saves a copy of that article to the database, and then that copy becomes another article to search. So, as people open more articles, the database gets bigger and bigger. We recognize the flaws in this early version, and we are making improvements. But let me explain how ENCYCLOREADER stores articles, because this goes to the root of our endeavor. This is where we get into the actual technical standards that the Knowledge Standards Foundation is promoting.